All right, you already know what it is. Now, I wanted to get on here and let y'all know that this reaction video is going to have something important. Now, I got a 4-minute clip for people that want to know the history of Kenny Omega and Will Ospreay. Now, in case you know, Bobby Masu was complaining about how AEW doesn't give us our history when it comes to these wrestlers and their past. Well, here's the thing. I disagree with that because I have a clip where it explains everything that they went through, and all it takes is 4 minutes for you guys to watch. So before we get started with the reaction video, we're going to play this 4-minute clip real quick, and then we're going to get to the reaction video of Kenny Omega and Will Ospreay having their interaction with Renee Burkett. So let's go ahead and get educated because, like I said, there are people complaining about the history, and, you know, they talk about casual fan this, casual fan that. Well, listen, if you're a casual fan, I got you. This 4-minute clip is going to help you out and what you need to know for what's in store for All In this Sunday and why this main event is important for the sickos and for the casual fans. So make sure you guys pull out your notepads, take notes if you need to know what's going to go down. Like I said, if you have any questions, get in the comment box, and I'll try my best to educate y'all on what's going on and why we need to take this serious, and we'll go from there, okay? So let's not waste no time. Let's go ahead and get started with this video, and also make sure you guys tune in this Sunday for All In because we're going to go all in at 1 o'clock. I'll probably watch 0 Hour at 12 just to see what's going on, but until then, I need you guys to set your reminders, your alarm clocks, because we will be going live for All In. So with that being said, let's not waste no time. Let's go ahead and get started.
Where the best wrestle, there is a war that is always fought but never won. Of heroes and villains, victories and failures, of alliances and betrayals, because of one singular goal, the AEW World Championship. Kenny Omega was a founding member of AEW in 2019, the Golden Star illuminating what wrestling could be. But at Double or Nothing, a debuting Jon Moxley provided the literal paradigm shift to the battlefront. When Mox held the title first, a rising but desperate Omega gave in to his darkest urge, the invisible hand of Don Callis. Kenny got what he wanted, but at what cost? When Omega lost the title and pressure mounted to win it back, Callis betrayed Kenny while he was facing Moxley inside a steel cage and formed the Don Callis family. Enter Will Ospreay. The Ospreay-Omega saga started in PWG in 2015. But as Kenny made waves in Japan, Will was always poised as the man to someday take his place. A burgeoning feud in New Japan led to their second singles match at Wrestle Kingdom 17.
You're either going to pass this torch or I am going to take it from you.
Engaging in wrestling mastery and vying for territorial dominance.
364 days a year, you're a better wrestler than me. But it only takes one to be a champion.
They tangled again at Forbidden Door 2023, with Don Callis producing the screwdriver just like Kenny had used on Mox. Once officially in AEW, Will began following in Kenny's footsteps as a member of the Don Callis family. The troubled path he wouldn't walk for long. Will reached his moral limit and requested his release from the family after his first and only AEW World title shot, a loss to Swerve Strickland at Forbidden Door 2024. After Omega returned from life-threatening diverticulitis in 2025, he stood beside Ospreay against the Don Callis family in a very uneasy alliance. But before those paths could intersect once more, there was another black cloud on the horizon. Jon Moxley and the Death Riders' merciless reign engulfed AEW, taking the World Championship hostage and targeting anyone who didn't share their vision. They'd encountered the aligned Omega and Ospreay inside a 10-man lights-out steel cage match at last year's Forbidden Door. Though Kenny and Will were victorious, the Death Rider shattered Ospreay's neck afterward, and now it was his turn on the shelf.
Champions stay in the game.
Miraculously returning 7 months later, Will set his sights on winning the world title in his home country at All In London. After Will's shocking loss to Jon Moxley at Dynasty, and then losing to Mark Davis via ref stoppage, Mox made Ospreay an offer. In order to achieve his goal, he had to learn from his enemies. And so began Will's journey as a Death Rider, learning to be a killer. This was exactly what Ospreay needed, ultimately to win the Owen Hart Foundation tournament, securing his title shot at All In. But while this was happening, Omega pulled out ahead. Kenny came up clutch, defeating MJF for his second world title at Beach Break. But killers always kill. After Kenny successfully defended against Kevin Knight at Redemption, the Death Riders of old struck first. They brutalized Omega, placing a chair over his neck, just like they had done to Ospreay.
When you get your shot and pull the trigger, no matter who the target is.
When Mox put a plastic bag in Ospreay's hand, he saw the line he wouldn't cross and terminated his relationship with the Death Riders. Ospreay made his stand. But was it too late? Because now, the man he had been chasing all over the world for more than a decade, the man he patterned his career after, the man who he will have his dream match against, now has a tremendous grudge to bear. Will had awoken the Kenny Omega of old, not willing to give an inch, not willing to trust or befriend, not willing to let transgressions lie. Kenny vowed to be the greatest version of the best bout machine we've ever seen. Ospreay finally got his wish, but at the highest cost. Kenny Omega versus Will Ospreay for the AEW World Championship at All In London. And the landscape of AEW will never be the same.
Kenny Omega, meet me in London. Will Ospreay, at Wembley Stadium, you will lose everything.
All right. Well, there's your history lesson for today. So if you guys have any questions, just get in the comment box and I got y'all. But that's your 4-minute history of Kenny and Will. Now, I think this is going to be a great match. I do think that with this 4-minute clip, we definitely got what we need in order for us to be in store for this, main event that we have for this Sunday at All In. So let's get to the nitty-gritty, because I know you guys said, oh, this is a long interview. Ooh. Well, you just saw a 4-minute clip of history, and so now you know what they're going to talk about in this interview. So, for that being said, let's not waste no time once again, and let's go ahead and get started. Like 15 minutes, let's go. What's up, guys? I just want to let you guys know that I just signed up for Twitch. So if you guys want to catch me streaming or you want to catch me on somebody else's stream, make sure you guys get on the bio and click on the link. So that way you can subscribe and catch me on there and on online, because right now it says offline, but I will be online and I'll let you guys know. Also, make sure you guys scan this QR code to follow me on Instagram. If not, you can get in the bio and there'll be a link down below where you can do it on there for, if you want it just to be simple or very easy for you. If you don't want to scan the QR code, the link will be on the bio. Also, don't forget my Twitter page. I also have that. That will also be on the bio for the link down below. So make sure you guys follow me on there. And also, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. You already know what it is. You already know I always drop that exclusive content for you guys. So, of course, we got to get to the video. So, let's go ahead and get to the video. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, and share if you're new. Let's get started.
Gentlemen, let's take things back to the very beginning. December 12th, 2015, PWG, your guys' first time meeting. What was your guys' first impressions of each other?
I was a New Japan fan. Of course, I know everything that Kenny was doing. I'm a big Kenny Omega fan back then as well. I admired his stuff in PWG, admired his stuff in DDT. So it was a real honour. But yeah, I was definitely out of my depth at that point. I was a skinny kid. I was just trying to make a name for myself, and I just wanted to try and make an impression, to be honest with you. That's the main thing that I tried to get out of that.
I try to keep my finger in the pulse. I try to educate myself, and I try to understand who the flavors of the month are, who the internet darlings are, and Will's name had been turning up quite often. So I was excited myself to face Will Ospreay at PWG. Was I blown away? Not at that time, but I could see the potential.
Okay. Well, let's fast forward 7 years. AEW has come into existence. Will, you have followed Kenny's path to New Japan. The wars had begun amongst the Elite, Chaos, United Empire. But then, Kenny, you returned to New Japan to face Will Ospreay at Wrestle Kingdom 17. What had changed in Will at that point?
He was a complete different athlete. I mean, he went from being, like he had said himself, just a skinny kid to becoming the face of New Japan. He had essentially filled my shoes in my absence. So a lot of people looked at it as, oh, this is Kenny Omega coming back to see if he can defeat the new face of New Japan, the new best gaijin. But to me, it wasn't really that. And if you ask the company themselves, it wasn't really that. This was out of necessity. This is the Tokyo Dome we're talking about. Wrestle Kingdom, biggest show of the year. They needed to sell tickets. They needed buy rates. They needed people to have something to be hype over. And unfortunately for Will Ospreay on his name alone doesn't do that. Kenny Omega's does.
Dang.
I mean, Kenny talks about breaking records and smashing attendances. I mean, that's all well and good when you're building a company off of the broken back of guys like Tanahashi and Naito and Okada. And I'm not saying you didn't do your part, man. You smashed it. You was the man. But you never worked under the restrictions that I worked under, because your version of COVID and my version of COVID were two completely different things. The company went into nearly a recession. People were pulling funds. The boys had to take pay cuts. You, when you're doing your COVID, you probably did 3-hour drives. I had to do 15-hour flights. And then after those flights, I had to be put in hotels no bigger than a broom closet for 2 weeks, not allowed to go outside. And then when I was allowed to go outside, you were performing to people in forced silence.
Damn. The fact he had to go through that.
There's a difference between me and you there, because you could never handle that type of pressure. You could never be in those type of situations. You were fine playing to all of the AEW guys and wrestling to all of the guys that are just around the ring. They're all marks for Kenny Omega, man. That's an easy day at the job. But for me, it was difficult. Half the roster was starving, man. Our hands were shackled together, yet somehow I and the United Empire and everyone on that roster were able to breathe life into New Japan Pro Wrestling. So please do not give me any of that attendance, any of that, because the reality is you could never handle that situation. You can never be in those situations.
You make it sound like your situation was so unique. Well, we had the exact same situation here in America. Yes, I took the 3-hour drive. So what? But the fact of the matter is, we didn't have fans in our arenas either. And the fact of the matter...
Got back a lot quicker than we did.
And the fact of the matter is, Will, even if you had fans in the building, would they really have been that loud for you?
Boy, if
Okay, let me just interject here. Let's move forward 5 months past that to Forbidden Door 2023. Will has joined the Don Callis family.
Yeah. Look, everybody knows by now my history with Don Callis and the Don Callis family. When Don promised me gold, when he promised me success, and I started to see AEW Championship gold, IWGP Championship gold, TNA Championship gold, AAA Championship gold, I had no reason but to believe he had my best interest in mind, until I finally saw it for what it was really worth. And then I could become a cautionary tale for guys like Will, who I had grown to respect, who I had then found a common bond between myself and Will, who had been through similar situations, except he didn't have to make the same mistakes that I did. But of course, Will Ospreay knows better than me, right? And he just had to go and recruit Don Callis for the match that was the rematch at Forbidden Door.
You embarrassed me. You came into New Japan and you tore apart my life in front of so many people that I worked so hard in front of, man. It was 80% you and it was 20% me, and I know that. You showed me no mercy. You showed no remorse for any of that. I still have scars on my head from when you DDT'd me into the top corner, mate.
And how is that so much more different from when you went into my backyard and disrespected my country, my homeland, when you disrespected me?
You deserved it.
You say that now, well, but I don't think you're so proud of that victory, because if you really go back and you look at the history books, did I use Don Callis in that match at the Tokyo Dome? No, I didn't use Don Callis. But you had no qualms about using Don Callis in our match at Forbidden Door.
It keeps me up at night, mate. You realise how much that keeps me up? 3 years has gone by, and I still think about that night. That was meant to be one of the happiest moments of my life. I climbed the mountain that was Kenny Omega. And instead, everyone online, everyone, is saying, oh, he didn't do it by himself though, did he? It was all Don Callis. So that victory meant nothing.
It was tainted, well, but you know what? Here's the best part. Hearing you say that right now, it allows me to tell you, right here, right now, I forgive you. I don't hold it against you. Because hearing right from your mouth that you couldn't have done it without Don, that you couldn't have done it without a screwdriver, it's like music to my ears. It makes it feel like it's not 1-1. It makes it feel like I beat you twice already, and this isn't a rubber match after all. This is just you desperately searching to find any way to be on my level.
All right, guys, let's get to All In. I mean, you guys have both had life-threatening injuries this past year. I mean, Kenny, with your diverticulitis.
Yes. If it isn't you talking about the diverticulitis, it's Excalibur, or it's Taz, or it's Don Callis. I get it. My life changed. Things got complicated. I can't train the way that I used to. I can't move the way that I used to. I can't eat the way that I used to. But that forced a change upon me that made me a better wrestler. It made me a better person, because I had to stop using this and I had to start using this. I'm smarter now for it. But what about you, Will? Can you say you're a better wrestler now after breaking your neck?
Yes, thanks to John Moxley.
Can you say you're 100% comfortable in your own skin, knowing that you had a surgically repaired disc in your neck? Wait, discs? 3, am I right? 3 discs in your neck? You feel confident after coming back from that, challenging me, who's arguably at the best and on top of his game more than I've ever been? Wow. I'll hand it to you, Will. You got quite the confidence on you, quite the chip on your shoulder.
You know what, Ken? Hearing how much my words cut you deep when I said, it's a shame you're giving up on yourself. I couldn't help but think about that. Because when I talked to you at Dynasty and I gassed you up and I said you were my hero, you hid at home for 4 weeks. And then the next pay-per-view, I said don't give up on that world title, and you hid at home for 4 more weeks. It's funny that the moment I tell you that you're giving up on yourself, suddenly there's this spark and there's this energy for you to go and succeed and go grab that world championship. And it's not because the words cut you deep, it cut your ego. Because coming from a guy like me, someone that you've never looked at as anything more, and you just said in all the things that you just said there, you've never seen me as your equal. You've always seen me as underneath, haven't you?
You make it sound like I'm the one with the ego here, Will. Is it really me with the ego, or is it you with the ego? Because really, when you think about it, no, listen to this. When you really think about it, is it that you really wanted me to win out of the kindness of your heart, Will? Or did you know how much I was struggling on the inside? How much pain I deal with every single day of my life to be the wrestler that I am today? You wanted me at a weakened state because to you, beating me was easier than beating MJF.
It's bollocks. That's bollocks, and you know it is. I want you at your best. I want you at your most ruthless, because if I can't be that version of Kenny Omega, I don't deserve this. This is the biggest night of my life. Wembley Stadium, in front of my family, in front of my wife, in front of my mum, in front of my kid. This means so much more to me. It means so much to so many people. No Englishman ever has ever won a world championship on home soil. I have the chance. Me, the guy that blew every single responsibility that no one then knew how to handle that responsibility. Now it's being put onto me.
That's right.
That pressure. And like you said, when every time I put in the pressure cooker, I crumble. I can't crumble now. I have to be better than you. I have to do it away from Don Callis. I have to do it away from the Death Riders. I have to do it by myself. And I know I can do it because it's been a 10-year chase. A 10-year chase to try and be just as good as you. And I'm not satisfied with that anymore. I'm not satisfied until I beat you. And I'm going to do it with honor. I'm going to do it with pride. And I'm going to do it when it matters the most.
The last time it mattered the most, Will, was 2023. At that time, too, you tried to do it on your own, and what happened, Will? You failed. You failed. Except this time, in front of your countrymen, in front of all your friends, all your family, you're gonna fail again. Except now, your mother at home is gonna be...
Mention Mom.
Hey, whoa.
Shit getting real now.
Come on now. Look, hey, all I'm saying is there's a lot riding on this. Not just for you, but for me. And hey, win, lose, or draw, I still respect you, Will, and I still think that you're one of the greatest wrestlers I've ever laid my eyes upon. You bring magic out of me. And I know for a fact that even if you lose, your mom's still gonna be proud of you. What I worry about most, though, is that boy of yours might want a new hero after he sees me beat you. Yeah, that's right. Whoa, hey.
You're in the city. Damn.
Get your hands off me, man.
I mean, to me, that was the start where Kenny Omega was, going back to being the cleaner. So the heel turns right there. So honestly, I think that should have impressed people right there with the fact that he was saying that. Now, people were saying, oh, that was long and all that, but it wasn't long. It was interesting, and I was amused and I was invested, if you ask me.
Kenny, I was just wondering what you wanted to say to me because you said after the match, why don't you come out here? And I'm out here now, so please don't be so charming because you got as much charm as a parking ticket, bruv. So are we gonna do this or what? What you gotta say to me after you brought up my 7-year-old son, you prick?
I've only got one thing to say to the likes of you, Will Ospreay. Security, get his ass out of here.
Are you kidding me?
Right now.
You pussy.
Right now.
Yo, Kenny.
Get out of there, Will.
He can
With
do
your
this.
tail between your legs, like the little English bitch that you are.
Yikes.
Hey, fool, that's so disrespectful, bro.
Damn, that boy just called him out just like that. They love to say the word bitch.
I don't want to see you until Wembley. Take him back. We are done. We are done.
I'm gonna kick the shit out of you.
Hey. Yo, y'all better do this next week, man. I mean, this week. Yeah, do this shit this week, man. Yo, Will, you gotta go in on Kenny, bro. Hey, yo, the knee off. Damn it, man. Oh, hey, Uli. Hey, Uli. Yo, Kenny, you off some bullshit.
His arms are restrained.
I didn't need you anyway. Kimo. Well, one last lesson to teach you, my friend.
Oh, man, is this just content?
Bro, this is crazy. Yo, this is crazy, bro. Like, bro, Kenny ain't fucking around, bro. He like, man, look, I got my belt. I'm straight.
You take one last look, you son of a bitch. You son of a bitch.
Damn, this man on that bullshit. Look at his head. Look at his eyes, bro. Bro on demon time, bro. Bro on demon time, bro. He about to hit, bruh. He on that demon shit, bruh. He's on demon time, bruh. He's on demon time. Oh, my God. Look at his eyes, bro. Evil man. It's an evil man. It has lived. No Morgan. It has lived. No Morgan. He took out the goddamn face of Elite, man. My goodness. He all laid out, man. Kenny's letting y'all know, like, I'm going to retain this title, and there's not a damn thing you or anyone else can do about it, because I am the EVP, ho. All right, so before we move forward, I do want to show y'all this segment in case y'all missed it on my reaction video with Bobby Masu. I'm going to show y'all a segment where after Will Ospreay got attacked by Kenny Omega, he was talking to Nigel backstage. And, yeah, man. So we're going to play this clip real quick so I can get y'all points on it. But let's go ahead and let's play that clip real quick so you guys can see what happened afterwards. All right, let's play it.
Nigel, congratulations. You have miraculously moved on to the semi-finals of the Continental Cup in Glasgow, Scotland next week. But you've had to withdraw from your match at Death Before Dishonor. So if I can just get an update on your ankle and really just how you're feeling.
Yeah, I'm overwhelmed, obviously, in a lot of pain. And to be perfectly honest,
I'm so... Oh, crap, you guys are doing an interview. I'm so sorry. Can I please get some ice for my back? I'm suffering right now. Oh, do you mind if I...
No, have a seat, pal. Go on.
I'm so sorry, Renee. You can stay for your evening. Oh, my God, that thing is swollen, isn't it?
Yeah.
Mate, fair play to you, though. Like, a lot of other men would have just backed out of it, but it's about the pride, though, isn't it? It's about pride for the game. Oh, mate. That's pretty bad. How you feeling?
As I was saying, pretty overwhelmed, but, you know, the truth of the matter is, I think you can save the congratulations till after Glasgow because I know what I'm going to do.
Hey, I don't count your chickens yet, mate. Let's think about this. As someone that watched you in Ring of Honor as a very, very young man, a kid from Essex watching a geezer from Kent, the QE2 bridge connects us, maybe. Seeing you succeed over there gave guys like me hope that we can succeed over here.
I appreciate it.
I'm being honest with you, man. Like you're one of the goats. You're one of the guys for British wrestling that paved the way for us. There's a lot of thanks that needs to go your way. And mate, I'll be honest with you right now. I've got more faith in you winning this thing than me winning this thing.
Well, I think that's the problem, Will. You know?
Yeah, no.
You need to look inside. Realise you're on a precipice of an opportunity. It's never going to happen again. You know, you're one of the best wrestlers in the world. I mean that. Seriously, I can't tell you how proud I am. Every time you go out there and you wrestle, I'm like, he's just done it. He's a guy who's made his career, who's done everything that he set out to do, except what every British wrestler that we watched growing up could do. Win that world title in England. You can do it. Not just for yourself, but for every one of those kids you've inspired. For your granddad, who's going to be watching you. He's in your heart. I don't know how much longer my career's going to go, but your career, it ain't going to go if you don't win the title at Wembley Stadium. You need to think about that.
Thank you.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Nigel, man. He spit some game, man. I ain't gonna front, man. If Nigel wins, man, after what I just heard, bro, I might give him a chance, man. I ain't gonna lie. I mean, I know people don't want him to win, but I mean, who do we have? All we got is Claudio and Kyle, and we all know Claudio's not gonna beat John. So, I mean, Kyle can win, but the problem is Kyle don't got no story. So, if they give it to Nigel, man, I mean, what do you want me to say, man? I mean, we just saw a storyline right there. So as long as we got a story, I mean, that's all that matters. But, I'm just saying. I mean, I don't want Nigel to win, but if he has a story, what can you do? He has a story. Kyle doesn't have a story. Claudio don't got a story. So we're going to have to do it, man. So if they go with Nigel, man, don't be surprised. Don't be upset. It's just, they have a storyline for him, and unfortunately, they got to execute it. So, because then you got to think about it. What is it all worth? You know what I mean? So I'll give him a chance. After that segment he cut with Will Ospreay on Collision, bro, I have to give him a chance, man. I mean, I did say I was going to skip it, but you know what? I'll give him a chance. You know what I'm saying? I even though I don't understand it, it's not for us casual fans to understand. So it's for the people that are day ones of AEW. And I'm day two. You know what I'm saying? I didn't get started until like 2024, but I didn't fully start watching it until 2025. So I could, if we trust Tony Khan this far, let's do it. So shout out to Nigel, man, for giving Will Ospreay some motivation. But hey, let's just get to the match card. All right, so this Dynamite coming up, we got two more semifinals, right? We already talked about it. Jon Moxley versus Claudio, Kyle O'Reilly versus Nigel. So whoever wins gets to face Jon Moxley at All In for the cup and for the title. So listen, man, I don't know what Kyle gonna do if he wins, but if Nigel wins, I don't know what to say. He's already building up a story. Let's just see where he does. Let's see what he does with Jon Moxley. But I will tell you this: that ankle that he got is going to get towed up, and I do believe Jon Moxley will mess it up. So unless Claudio going to jump in and exit Jon Moxley out of the Death Riders, just saying. Also, we got Swerve versus Jack Perry. I mean, if you guys don't know, Jack Perry cut a promo on Swerve. I think I have the clip on me right now. Let me play it real quick.
They told me to go to the doctors because I'm bleeding. But I don't got time to bleed because I need to prepare myself. Because I will be the AEW World Champion. And it might not look like it right now, but I've never been so confident in that in my entire life. I want to thank you, Mox, for showing me what it's going to take. For showing me the level that I need to take myself to get there. They say iron sharpens iron. And what I need to do is face everyone who has been to that level. Samoa Joe, Hangman Adam Page, my friend Kenny Omega. You.
Yeah. Like me. You know that list of people that you named off? The group of friends of yours? I'd beat all of them. The Young Bucks, Kenny Omega, Hangman Adam Page. That fight that you had out there with Jon Moxley, that's a tough one. That's someone I haven't even been able to figure out yet. But it looks like you're not quite ready to walk amongst killers like us. Not quite yet.
I think I am.
Careful. Bringing a knife to a sword fight.
Yep. So you already know what time it is. Now, I don't know if Jack Perry going to beat him, but, it would be cool if he do. Then, of course, we got Andrade and MJF coming in and out. I don't know what the hell they're going to be talking about, but whatever it is, who cares? I mean, people not fucking with the MJF storyline with Andrade. And, again, I think Tony Khan, if I was him, man, I would just have these two, like, just have a little brawl, you know what I'm saying? Have them fight outside of the ring, outside of the arena, you know what I'm saying? While the others fight for their contract, to face Will Ospreay or Kenny Omega for the belt, you know what I'm saying? And I think if Will Ospreay wins, I think Tommaso Ciampa should win the gauntlet. Or Dragunov, you never know. He might pull up. Or Leon Slander. But I think Leon Slander is staying because I saw on TNA where he's going to be facing Doug Ziggler for the title, whatever title that is. So, all right, so Leon's out. But Dragunov versus Will Ospreay, oh, yeah, we need that for All Out. We need that for All Out. Otherwise, they're going to probably put it on Dynamite, which I hope they don't do that, but we'll see. Like I said, it's either Dragunov or Tommaso Ciampa, but I think Tommaso Ciampa needs it the most because he ain't doing nothing right now, and he needs something to do. Okay, so, but if they give it to Dragunov, then fine. But Tommaso's gonna have to get a title shot at some point. Okay, and let Andrade and MJF fight it out for the national title. Okay. Let's get that out the way. But y'all get in the comment box. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, share if you're new. Let me know what y'all think about the Will Ospreay and Kenny Omega feud. And do you like the build-up that I just showed you with the 4-minute clip? And if you have any questions, get in the comment box and let me know. All right, get in the comment box. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, share if you're new. And before I end the video, let me do my catchphrase real quick because I used to do this before and I want to do it again. So let me do this real quick. If you're my little baby, I'll go all in. If you're my little baby, I'll go all in. If you're my little baby, I'll go all in. If you're my little baby, I'll go all in. If you're my little baby, I'll go all in. If you're my little baby, I'll go all in. I haven't done that in a while, but y'all get in the comment box. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, share if you're new. And I'll see y'all this Wednesday for Dynamite. Cut boy, what my name is? Cut boy.